So, quick introduction. Everyone knows the man, the myth, the legend, the
Michael.
the yang to the ying Reyes, right? Pino. So, man, it's been a while. Have you gotten a haircut yet?
Huh?
Have you gotten?
No.
I noticed.
Wait.
Some haircut places are open already, man. I mean, I guess I get it if you don't trust like catching the Rona, but still.
No, I can't. I don't trust that. No. Have you
Mm-hmm.
what was I say? When was the last time you did the podcast? Like a month ago too?
The what? Oh,
When was the last time you did a podcast?
well, the last time I uploaded was like a month ago, but I actually recorded a conversation last week. I just haven't like processed it through all the other. It's a hassle to process it through
Yeah.
like all the podcasts, but I do have one ready that'll come out before this one.
Yeah, Michael. Who you do
But
it
you're
with?
but you're right. No, you're right. It was a while between that one and the one before that one. This friend that I met him at Dianza. He's currently living in Santa Cruz, as far as I can tell. But he is from South Africa, so he has a bit of an accent. Hopefully, that won't be too distracting. But yeah, I wanted to talk about philosophy. Uh, he was he brought up some uh, the what's it called stoicism. Just
So what is
not.
that?
It's like um, I guess as far as I can tell, just not saying more than what's necessary. Like putting a great deal of thought into everything.
So
Which
not
is
saying more than what's necessary?
yeah, yeah. Like uh, saying few words but being clearly understood. Things like that. Kind of
Well, do you,
yeah.
do you think you're that person?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm a lot more nihilistic, if anything. Not very stoic, but I can see how it can be confused. Like though, because when you're nihilistic, it's like, does anything really matter? Not really. Yeah. Um, yeah, I would say I'm definitely more towards the nihilistic end of the spectrum.
This is bug flying around me.
Because of that hair.
Oh my god.
Telling you,
Nah.
man, you need a haircut.
Majestic
Just
hair. The majestic
something.
hair. Probably likes it.
You don't look like you're taking care of it. It's not all like flowy and silky soft. You should at least make it look like a mane or something. Maybe grow a beard to
I
match
just
it.
woke up from a nap, like a couple minutes ago.
A nap. Who takes that? You have a weird sleep schedule, man. It's like 10 o'clock and you're barely like gonna nap, or you just woke up from a nap. Is
Yeah.
it just like not being able to leave the house regularly? Just kind of like, I guess it doesn't matter when you sleep as long as you get things done.
I mean, I don't even know. But like, no, like I started sleeping like more earlier
Earlier.
because I started sleeping like at 1.
Hmm.
That's basically early for me now. I start sleeping like at 1 or 12, and I wake up at 8. I always get sleepy around church.
Hmm.
Like
Is that Satan?
when this is like yeah, right when next week as soon as I start, that's when I start to get sleepy.
You're like, time you hitting the hay. That's interesting.
And
Gas.
then I watch it and try to stay awake so I can
Mm.
be up for the consecration. I
Hmm.
missed it today. I slept through it.
I think you're right though. Like I watch church at weird times. Like during the regular, like at 6 o'clock, I go for a jog that takes me an hour. But I get out of work at 4, so I start listening to the consecration, the prayer from like 5 to 6, maybe a little bit earlier depending when I get home, maybe 4:30. but because like in my head I'm like, if I do it now, then I don't have to like do it at 6:30 or 6.
Yeah.
But I guess, oh, did you hear Chris is took up jiu-jitsu?
He did.
Yeah, he's rolling, as they say in the business, I
Man,
guess. Not that long ago. It's pretty fresh. Maybe I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Just fresh started.
so he's like learning stuff already. Gym's
Yeah,
open.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing I asked. That surprised
That's
me
like
too. I guess it is. Yeah, like that's the thing to do now. When are you gonna go back
yeah.
to boxing? Show him how one of these days
If
have
anything, I want to learn how to. If anything, I want to learn how to kick.
so
Muay
you're gonna take
Thai.
up kickboxing or karate or what's the martial arts for kicking? Is it Muay Thai? Those low kicks? Yeah, like the
Yeah,
Muay Thai low kicks are ridiculous. Like they look. I
yeah.
don't know
They're
how they
like,
put so much power in like a short distance. They'll make your leg go numb. It's not.
I know.
It does not look pleasant when you get kicked in the knee or something. Speaking
Like
of,
if I were to take like a class right now
yeah,
between that Muay Thai or wrestling, something with grappling. You know,
you,
there's Greco-Roman.
you feel
Those throws are crazy.
your grappling is weak. Your grappling game is weak.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Can't. I don't know how to initiate offense.
You don't. You're not one of those like pure sportsmen that's like, it's not that your grappling game is weak, is that your boxing needs to get better to beat someone that can grapple.
Be someone
You
that
know,
can grapple.
yeah, like you know those
I
people that
think.
don't want to learn something new. They just want to be like, I need to get so good at what I'm already doing that I don't need to learn that. You know, that other thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
why not
Like
get better at both?
true, like being all
Yeah,
around sounds more appealing.
yeah.
Like you could be unstoppable in that case. But I don't know. There's some well maybe it's me. Like there's something like admirable about someone that's like that good at one specific thing that they don't need to worry about the other thing. But you're right. Uh, I think that's like a big problem right now in MMA, right? Like either someone dedicates too much to striking and grappling, just they get torn apart whenever they fight someone that's a good grappler, or the other way around, they're like amazing grapplers, but as soon as they fight like a competent striker, they just get beat to crap.
Khabib has been able to like avoid that.
Yeah, yeah, I think Khabib is a good example of someone who's so good at grappling. He doesn't he's not striking is clearly not his like strength. He does punch, but that's after he's like got you. Like that's after you're like a pretzel.
Yeah,
Like that's not
yeah.
it's not the same as like on the feet on your feet like McGregor. That's why that was such a good matchup. It was like someone who's they both focused on the complete opposite like sides of the fight world. And it came
Yeah,
down. I think it came down to just who was more angry, like at that point. And Khabib was clearly like furious though. He was really mad, and it showed. Quite. I don't think I haven't seen anything that tops that like level of hype. I think
I
McGregor versus Khabib. Yeah,
think.
like
Do you think
like
Jones
there's
and Adesanya will?
I no, it's not the same. Yeah,
Oh,
for sure. Yeah, because they're both amazing like all around fighters. But
uh,
And McGregor was like this Irish guy, and Khabib is like this Russian guy. You know, it's just like so different, different styles, different accents. Uh, and but I just that I'm not saying Adesanya and John Jones is not going to be it's not an amazing matchup, but they're very similar. Like they're both really good all around. Like they're freaking amazing. Like in any fight they're in. Like it's gonna be one of those like as long as it's not like Usman versus Masvidal.
no,
If it's not that
no.
piece of trash, which I don't think because Masvidal again, like does not. He's not pretty. He's not good close range. We saw there that if he was a decent grappler, that would have taken advantage of Usman like getting so close so much. Like if he had Khabib's grappling skills, Usman would be afraid to like get that close to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like you could tell. Like
Hey,
and it,
what do you think
that's a
about
good thing. Mm-hmm.
what do you think about Adesanyo's trash talk? Do you think he's good at it?
No, no,
You know,
no,
like
he's not.
that's
He's really not. But I
oh,
mean,
that's like
yeah, right? Like, I mean, it's
yeah,
insulting, but it's not like a sick burn, you know? It's not like,
that's
oh,
right. So like he replying to Jones like he's like I don't know what they were writing about. They're like I reply faster at Twitter. It was something like that. What the heck?
I mean, I get, well, Adesanya is one of those guys that he has to like win at everything, you know, like
Yeah,
whether it's a dance off or just ripping off his shirt. I think he's he said like I have failed to rip off my shirt like at a weigh-in like 4 times, but I won those matches and that's what matters. I mean he's right. I mean I still can't get over his freaking like savage. He's so acrobatic, man. Like so freaking acrobatic. He's not stiff at all. Like
huh?
he I think he's a good example of the Bruce Lee like fighting philosophy. You know,
Yeah,
like be like water, whatever the situation calls.
yeah,
He just like if I can't reach you with my hand, I'm gonna kick you in the face. Like or if just the fact that he knows his freaking execution and timing are just something else. The fact that he can reliably throw a spinning back elbow or a spinning back kick. He's one of like the what 3 or 4 fighters in history that's landed one of those, right? Something like that. And he's
yeah,
landed like 3 of them. So
yeah.
he's no doubt he's just some freaking phenomenal fighter. I like seeing him fight. What did you think of his last fight with
Against
Costa?
against Costa.
Yeah,
That was a good that was a damn. I watched it again because at the beginning I was like Costa didn't stick to his game plan. Then I
right.
watched it and he didn't let him. I watched how he didn't let him like
Yeah,
with the feints and everything
mm.
and the kicks. And the Gastelum, that's how you close it against him.
that
How
was
Gastelum
that
caught
was
him,
an amazing fight,
that's
man.
basically how you put pressure, smart pressure.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those fights where you couldn't take your eyes off like the fight for 1 second because it was so interesting. And
Yeah,
Gastelum is an example of a guy who focused on one thing and just got so good at it he doesn't really have to worry about everything else. Like he is
yeah.
such a phenomenal striker. Like it's a pleasure to watch him work on the ring. Like it's like nice. Um, that arm thing though, he swings it like side to side, and you don't know which angle he's gonna come at you. Like it's interesting. I don't think I've seen another fighter do that.
He like follows, if you watch the fight, he like follows Alsanya's head movement with his punches. Cause
Yeah,
like fighters, they just miss, but he like follows his head.
yeah.
It's pretty
He's
sick.
a
And then there's
sniper.
when he knocked him down in the first round,
Mm.
think oh Adesanya he switched stances,
Mhm.
and then Gastelum he like threw his punch from like a different he moved his he moved to a different angle to hit him and knocked him down.
Yeah, just super adaptive. Not like not stiff at all. I think a lesser fighter would have been thrown off by the stance change. Like
Yeah,
that's one of the great things about Adesanya though, that he can do a stance change mid fight and still fight perfectly. Like he got ready for this. Most fighters, like I think a good example of the worst case scenario of preparing the wrong way is Ferguson
oh, I know.
against was it I can never say his name. Gaji.
Gaethje, I don't know, I
Yeah,
don't know, something
right.
like
Yeah,
that.
Gagey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, you could just tell he lost at his thing. Like he's traditionally a striker, but he prepared grappling. So you would think his striking wouldn't be like terrible because it's like his thing anyways. But no,
Yeah.
he just got out punched like straight up, like on his feet. That was interesting.
Yo, I wonder how he's gonna be in his next fight. He took a lot of damage that fight.
Yeah. Mm.
That,
You think he's
like,
not going to be prepared or physically recovered?
I mean, maybe, maybe not.
Mm.
He took a lot of hard punches.
Yes, he did.
You know, like, Stipe.
Mm.
I think he fought Francis. How do you say his last name? Ngannou. He took some hard punches, and then the next fight, he got knocked out in the first round. And then he took like a year off,
Mm.
and then he fought Cormier in the rematch, but he was able to take those punches. So yeah,
You think
maybe
Cerrone
I think
lost
Ferguson
to
is like
McGregor because of that?
because of
Yeah. One of the things is
damage
that
taken.
he
Yeah,
took that fight way, was it really soon compared to his last fight? He barely like
yeah,
recovered or prepared, or well, he prepared, but just no recovery. So you think he would have done better
yeah.
had he given more time?
No, no. I mean, probably lasted longer, but he still would have lost.
That like that though, like he got hit in the face with like a shoulder, like it broke his orbital. I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, how do you fracture a skull with a shoulder? Just savage. Although,
yeah.
imagine if Masvidal would have had that shoulder technique during his fight with Usman. I think that would have been a different fight. Like that's really all he needed, something like that. Because Usman's face was like right there.
No. Usman, why is he a champion? Nothing like that.
Yeah,
Why is he a champ?
he's a disappointing
He fought
champion.
one time this year, and then they said, "No, I'm not going to be ready by December." What do you mean? Like, oh my god, it's annoying.
It's more than enough time. He has plenty of time.
Yeah, yeah, it's like he took a lot of damage his last fight.
Right. Like it's not like he did much or did anything
No,
really. He won by points. Really not. Well, do you think anyone could counter that? Like Usman's extremely versatile too. Like Adesanya, I'm sure if he would have been going up against a grappler, he would have prepared like striking, uh, some annoying striking technique. Um,
yeah, I think the guy that he's supposed to fight, Gilbert Burns, that's a good matchup
mhm.
because Burns, he has grappling, and I think he's better at striking. So we'll see.
Which do you enjoy seeing the most? I mean, obviously, an all around fight is the best. Like that's why John Jones and Adesanya are just animals in the court because they just get in there. It doesn't matter what you know, they'll know it better, right? Like doesn't matter
Yeah,
what new thing you throw, they'll adapt. It's beautiful to watch. But in the current atmosphere we live in, where fighters mostly specialize in something, which do you enjoy seeing more?
striking.
Striking. It is more exciting.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
did you notice? Is that why Ronda like quit? Because her judo is on point. Like no, I don't think any. She's like a world champion judo, right? Like black belt or something.
yeah.
But her striking, man, like
That
like
was
she
bad.
she is not used to taking hits at all. Like at all.
I don't know how. She's a pro. Like she's a pro. I don't know how she can strike that bad. Like to be
Judo,
training every day.
she's never had to throw a punch. I'm pretty sure like all her fights were submission. None of them were,
Yeah,
you know, striking.
she was extremely overrated. Like
Yeah,
annoyingly overrated.
super hyped. Super hyped up. Uh, I mean, her judo was great, but I think without striking, or without okay, not even striking, without knowing how to punch or take a punch, you're not gonna get anywhere. That's the thing about Khabib. He might striking is not his specialty, but he knows how to punch. and he could take a punch really well.
Yeah,
Like that's what makes him a champion. It's like it's not just his grappling, but once he got McGregor on the floor, he just pounding uh, he didn't even try to uh, break his arm or something. I think the most was just that. What was it like? Well, it was a name for that headlock. There was a specific name for it. The kind that he did. The head crank,
neck crank,
neck crank. Yeah,
neck.
yeah.
Yeah,
The way it works, it like tries to pull your head off your shoulders.
yeah,
Um, so he was yeah, and then he still like tried to hit him after that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yeah. He was like, he like pushed him. And he was like yelling at him.
Yeah, let's talk now or something like that. That was his
Yeah,
man. He took that real serious. And I think McGregor, you can hear him say it was just business or something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, it was not just business for Khabib. Dang. Speaking of though, what's is it confirmed or is it still like I don't want to get my hopes up with Jones versus Adesanya. That's all.
No, they're not gonna fight. They're not gonna fight next.
Dang.
Adesanya doesn't want to. Just like, I mean, he said that he wants to like continue to grow.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna fight him next. I don't think that fight's gonna happen.
Ever?
Yeah, ever. And if it does, they're gonna be out of their primes.
Jones is gonna be like Jones is older, right? He's the one that's gonna be out of his prime first,
Like, yeah,
theoretically.
about like a year or two.
Damn.
But
There's
yeah,
then what's left? What greatness is left in this world once they leave? I guess there's some up and coming ones. That fight, I forgot the fighter's name, but it was the Masvidal one. One of I think it was an undercard. That dude, he, I think I forgot what he did. I think he was a headlock. He put to sleep his opponent. The dude had tattoos, and after he put him to sleep, he like raised his legs, like how you're supposed to do to wake someone up when they pass out. He was like such a gentleman
uh,
about it. He's like, I beat you, but like, you know, I don't want to kill you. Like I just, and they asked him like that was amazing because he won fast. It was like super fast match, and I guess he had trouble the last time because he said I just wanted to show that I belong here. I
yeah.
forgot his name. I should really look at. You remember?
What? Who won? Wait, what was it? Was it a black
Damn.
guy?
No. I don't want to say it's a white guy, but he was pretty pale. He had tattoos, a lot of them, and it was the second match, I believe.
So he lost. So the white
Uh,
guy lost with the tattoos.
no, he won. He's the one that won like fast.
Oh no,
Like
no,
he he just
no.
got that dude in a headlock, and I was like, okay, done. Let's victory right here. It was, I believe, it was right before the Rose and was it Andrade match? It was before the
Hmm.
girls, for sure.
No, I missed it.
Oh, okay. You just saw the main event.
Yeah, I just saw. Yeah, I started watching it with Rose and Andrade.
That was an interesting match, dude. Freaking Andrade is a tank. Jesus Christ, a freaking tank. Like, why? I don't know why she doesn't go up in the weight division. I think she could do better. Like, she looks ready. Like, damn, what a beast. But Rose really earned it. Like, really precise, good timing, and but it was different. I do notice that girls do fight different than guys. I don't want to say more brutal. It was definitely different. Hmm. Although
I was watching some
Paige
soccer
got
highlights. Huh?
who's playing? What do the games look like?
No, I was watching like the best players,
Hmm.
like videos like all best players of all time. Pretty good.
Of all time?
They had a yeah.
What names did they drop?
It's harder to decide in soccer. to decide like who is
I don't know, man. I can think of a couple
like
names that are pretty like for their time for the best.
for their time.
Yeah, like the
Like
oldest, like from the game that probably the greatest player to like touch a ball, soccer ball.
yeah,
Pele
like
from Brazil.
Pelé.
I think.
You think he is?
Yeah. I think he's like the pretty much the Muhammad Ali, I guess, of soccer. Like, man, I've never seen someone use the other teammates, the other teammates' legs, like for his own strategies. Like, he'll be kicking the ball off their feet and like back to himself to get out of like bad situations. And I was like, how do you
Yeah,
even? But but like a player like Maradona is just something else too. Like he's unstoppable. Once he has the ball and he wants it in the freaking between in that net, it's going there. Like you just surround him, you're not
yeah,
stopping him. Like he's unstoppable. Then again, Ronaldinho is probably my favorite like fancy player. Like the things he could do on the court, man. Like do like just the most amazing things with the ball. Like hide it, like just make it go. Just he was a wizard. I could swear I saw the ball just
yeah.
flying around him. No one could stop him. Players like that, I think, uh, a lot of sports need to be, I don't know what to call it, more mainstream. And I think MMA needs someone like that. They need a Michael Jordan. They need a Muhammad Ali. Like someone that's just some kind of, I don't know, phenomenon. Like one of those guys that's born like once every 10 generations that just changes the game forevermore.
I mean, that was McGregor at first.
And it really did feel like it was him. I'll admit that. Like he had the
Yeah,
personality. He he would call it, yeah, like he could say how he was gonna win and he would win like how he said, which just added to the legend. I was like, dear God, is he the one? Is he the chosen one? Like I was on board with on McGregor's team. Dang. But then that loss with Khabib that hurt him. Like he's lost before. I don't know why this loss like hurt him so much too. Like
like
you noticed that?
because
Mm-hmm.
do you think he thinks he could beat him?
Who?
Do you think Conor McGregor thinks he could beat Khabib?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, just like when he fought, I think it was the Diaz, right?
yeah,
Uh, Diaz beat him the first one, and then he won the second one. I think in his mind,
yeah,
it's like that. Like he just needs that one. He needs that second match, the rematch to even out the score and have a trilogy set up. Although a trilogy with Diaz wouldn't be bad either. Like the tiebreaker would be pretty cool. Do you think Diaz is past his prime though?
he's been past his prime. I think.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know why he had. Let me see. Because he's been dominated by. He's been dominated like a lot of times, like beaten up
yeah.
a lot of times,
It's not
which
the
makes it surprising
same.
how McGregor like had trouble with him.
Damn.
Like,
Well, maybe he was just giving it like more, as much as he could for that fight. He's like, if I can beat McGregor, then I'm not, washed up. I'm not over my prime. But at a
yeah,
certain point, it's just sad. It's like, just quit while you're still great. Don't get dragged down with like sad losses. Although who I wish was still in their prime to this day, because I want to see what he could have done to modern MMA. Anderson Silva.
oh yeah, yeah,
I think he could have been what McGregor wanted to, got close to being. If he just had more like personality,
yeah.
if he just had a little bit, because he was insanely talented. I think I watched this interview with Adesanya and Joe Rogan, and I think he asked him like, "Do you think you're as good as Silva was in his prime?" I think Adesanya says, "I'm better."
Do you think
But
he is?
Adesanya,
Yeah,
no, but I do think Adesanya has a more opportunity to show off. Like
yeah,
Adesanya's definitely fighting like some big names, and he's just taking
yeah,
names. I don't think Silva was fighting in a time when the sport was at the current level that it is now.
yeah. So it was too
Unfortunately.
good at the time.
Yeah, yeah,
He
no,
was too
exactly.
good.
Yeah, I completely agree. He he was fighting in 2020, and being stuck
Yeah,
in early 20s to 2000s, unfortunately. Dang, that is like the great tragedy of sports too. Like when a great player comes along and no one's there to like challenge him. Um, Although in terms of basketball, there is no player I would consider great at the moment. Like,
right now.
yeah, they're all good. None of them
What
are
do you
great. You
do?
saw
You
the Last
watch
Dance though,
basketball too, or
right?
like?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Not anymore. But you saw what greatness actually looks like. None of this
yeah.
like it hurt me spiritually, economically, like nonsense. Like Jesus Christ, I can see why Michael Jordan cried. Like looking at the sport, like it makes me sad now. Like it has fallen quite a bit. Like Jesus, the money has literally, if you ask me, ruined the sport. Like players
Yeah.
aren't playing to be the best. They're playing to be the best just because it pays more, not because they want to become legends. I think Kobe was the last player to play for like the prestige rather than the money, and he just happened to be paid like amazing too. So, uh, but then Jordan, dang, you saw the Last Dance. You saw you saw that this man lived and breathed competition. Even when he was just waiting in a room, he would be competing with his bodyguards to like throw quarters or something. And it's like this man, this gift from the heavens. Oh man, that's what I'd like to see in
When was the last time you kept up with basketball? Like today, like the current generation.
not a lot, man. Probably since Kobe retired.
This old so 4 years ago.
Yeah, like that was
Yeah.
probably the. I remember when Kobe was playing after I think he got accused of cheating on his wife, and he was he was playing, and everyone's like, "No, he's playing to prove that he didn't cheat," and that's why that's like some of the last like great games that I remember, where he was just being himself on the court, which is a pleasure to watch. I haven't seen anything since then. I've watched highlights, but highlights are like I don't know how to call it. They're cherry picked moments in the game. Like they don't always play like that.
Yeah.
It's like they got like a good opportunity. They were feeling it, but like a great player, their whole from beginning to end, like their career is one giant highlight. Jordan is a great example. You could watch any game of his, and even says in the documentary, he's like, these people paid to see like a game. I am gonna give them the best to my ability every time I set foot on the court. They
Have you
don't play
seen
like that anymore. Hmm.
what do you think about LeBron James?
He's good, and he could have been great. I think it
Yeah.
just makes me sad seeing him and like playing and the way he talks. It's like Jesus. It's such a waste of talent. It's sad. I don't think he could have
What,
been
what,
as good as Jordan or Kobe for sure, but
what
he
do you think
still
messed
could
him
have.
up when he left? When he joined the when he formed a super team to win the title?
Mm, no, no, I don't think so. I think stuff like that just goes to show like it just helps you show off. I'm not sure what happened along the lines. Something changed in his motivation to play. Like I don't know. Like you'd have to like get into his life. Like what he's been through, and what's happened, like what's happening in his mind, how he sees things now. But
Yeah,
something definitely happened where he's just not like being the best is the furthest thing away from his mind. Like it's not even like an option for him right now. Like it's not part of
yeah.
his reality anymore. Like it's and it's tragic. Like I wish I wish he was the reason that I be interested in basketball again, you know. Like I wouldn't mind. I don't hate him. I don't know why Chris hates Michael Jordan too. Like
He
I don't know
does.
why. Yeah, yeah,
What
he
do you,
says he's trash. I don't know why. It's weird too. Like I guess I don't
what do you
know.
say that?
I
So
no, it
so you
gets
guys
me
were like
either.
talking about. He's like, oh, nah, MJ's trash.
Yeah,
Huh?
and it's yeah, that's exactly right. Like
Yeah,
it's pretty much yeah, and it's weird because you could hate him, but he is like the best player to have ever lived. Like and
yeah,
that's an objective thing. Like you could say like no, that's an opinion. It's like no, he's literally like no one has done more on the court than this man has. He has the rings
yeah.
to prove it. You know what's the old saying goes like Kobe's got 7, but Jordan's got 8 rings, right?
But because Chris is a Knicks fan,
Is that why?
probably he didn't like it. Yeah, maybe. Well,
Because
he's a Knicks fan. Well, he wasn't even alive to like for that time.
yeah, no, because it's weird. Like because no matter what you say, like I was never like a Chicago Bulls fan either, but whenever he would play,
Yeah,
I would watch. Like he's that good. Like I love seeing his moves. The dude was a wizard. Like I still can't get over that compliment from the I think it was the Celtics. They were like, that was not a man on the court, but a god in disguise.
yeah.
Damn.
I like the thing that he does. Like where it looks like he's gonna go for a dunk, but he switches it to his other hand.
Oh, like
That's
wow.
like in midair. Yeah,
In mid while he's flying. Dang. Yeah, like the things he could do. My God. Um, on the court, just to be so good that the other team makes a rule specifically for you, names it after you, the Jordan rule. Like what how scary do you have to be to have the whole team like give you attention? That's what I like to see in the sport again. Once more before I die, one more time, I want to see greatness on the court. I want to see someone that's playing to win. How he won, even though like it would have been better to lose that game, so they could have had better draft picks. And he's like, "Nah, no, I don't lose. That's not draft picks. You got me. What? Why do you need someone else?" Like his his ego, but then his talent matched his yeah the things that he said. I haven't seen someone like that since like Muhammad Ali. Like he can talk all the trash he wants because he's absolutely right, and there's no one on this planet that could say say no to that. Dang, don't you wish like when you stepped
you
onto
seen?
like boxing ring, it's like that's not a man inside the ring, you know, something like that. How sick would that be? It's just saying.
Speaking of Ali, you know Mayweather gets really mad when they say Ali's the best because basically everyone doesn't even have Mayweather at like a top five or anything, and he gets mad every time they interview him. They ask him.
I mean, that's the thing with Mayweather. Like he is good. He is great. He and I hate saying that because I hate his boxing style. It's definitely changed. At the same time, I get it. His particular sport is very damaging to like the body, so he wins just with as little damage as possible. But man, it's such a lame. Like it's so lame to watch him like box. It's so lame. The only reason I watch is to see if maybe someone like beats him. But he's
Yeah,
just like I don't watch it to see him fight. Like whenever, not anymore, anyways, which is sad. And yeah, he should be jealous. Good, like he should get mad. Like either fight like Muhammad Ali or like stop complaining. Like you're not him. Like win- winning is winning, sure, like on paper, but do not compare yourself. Like he's not, by no means or stretch of the imagination does he have like those kind of moves. Like I have never seen Mayweather like just dance like 2 feet away from the other guy, and like move and with that kind of confidence and counter, and it looks like he's basically a Jedi, in the ring, moving forward. Like, didn't Muhammad Ali even like rap or like he liked to talk a lot while he was in the ring? Mayweather doesn't do that. He should be mad because he's not him, but he shouldn't be mad if people say he's not as good as him because it's true, I guess. I mean, even McGregor, like they asked him like who could beat you. Even he said he's like uh, Bruce Lee for sure. Like even he admitted there are people, there are legends in like your sport that you're just not there yet. Um, Dang, I wonder how Bruce Lee would have like fought in MMA now. He was like the first one to like pick and choose fight moves from other styles and like the basically the first MMA guy. So the legend goes, anyways. Dang. Actually, I wonder how Bruce Lee would have handled a grappler though. Like
Bruce Lee.
yeah,
Do you think he would let him too close? I don't think he would let him close.
that's true. Like something about Bruce Lee is that he was extremely fast.
Yeah.
Like, so the people that he would spar against, like seriously, would say like, honestly, it would just look like he's twitching, and then I'd be hurt. Like I would just see his arm twitch, and I'd be on the floor, and my chest would be in pain. So I was like, Jesus. So I think you're right. Like I don't think Bruce Lee would have let anyone get that close to him. Man, I still love that interview though, the water interview, because it's that
Yeah.
advice is was as good then as it is now. Like it totally holds up. Like he damn freaking fighting philosopher over there, like, changing the way people look at like fighting and kicking. Damn,
Oh, man,
would have been.
you don't see that in sports anymore.
You
See
don't.
that?
It's all about money, and I get it. Like
I bet say.
that's why you go big or go home. But there was something magical about the I don't know what to call it, the era of greatness, like when sports was like about being the best, and you would assume that being the best paid well, but I think Michael Jordan also in the documentary, it says that he was the most underpaid athlete of all time.
But that was Pippen, Scotty,
Oh, Pippen.
his teammate.
Oh yeah, dang,
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. Like
Yeah,
like
because
yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Jordan, he already had a Nike deal in his rookie year. That's crazy.
Mm.
Like a shoe deal in his first year.
And he didn't even want to. He was like
Yeah.
hesitating, like, okay.
Yeah.
To this day, like I think he's made more money off that than like anything else that he's ever like participated in. I did enjoy Space Jam though. I saw it as a kid. I liked it. Dang. You think we're ever gonna see something like that again? Like some
No.
legitimate
Actually, I
greatness
hope we do.
in anything?
If it does, I think it'll be MMA since I feel like that's the only sport that's currently evolving.
True. Oddly enough, I think it's because there isn't that much money compared to the other sports, like going into it.
Yeah.
I think that's oddly enough, I think that's the reason why there's still like a possibility for someone that's fighting for like the greatness. Like
Yeah.
if it was as big and like crazy as the other sports have gotten, I think it could probably turn into the same thing. Sadly, I mean they all seem to
Like you
go in
look at
that direction.
basketball,
Mm.
they're all do you call it? So some player, he basically said it good. He's like, he basically said that they're all spoiled.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, that they get stuff without even like earning it, like a big contract, and
Yeah,
they don't even earn it.
they're not just spoiled too; they're complacent. Notice that?
Yeah.
Like they're perfectly happy just being on the team. You know, not being the best on the team or anything like that. Just sad. But maybe like the thing is, basketball is a team sport, right? And MMA is like a one-on-one like fighting sport. Do you think that affects like why the athletes are a little bit more motivated to stand out?
Mm.
Hmm. No.
In soccer,
And
I don't think I don't see anyone.
yeah, like
Because right now it's
Cristiano's
been
good.
Messi and Ronaldo dominating for like the past 12 decade,
Yes.
but they're already like getting old. They're
But
slowing down.
do you think they were that good? Like, because you said
Yeah.
you saw like the other players from like across history.
Huh?
Do you think you saw like a you said you saw a compilation of the best players of all time soccer?
Yeah. Yeah, they're up
Do
there
you-
with them. Every
But
video, yeah.
so you would you put them in the same league as like Maradona or like Ronaldinho?
Basically, let's see. The thing is, because all of them, they all have one. Because Messi and Ronaldo, they have broken more records than them. But the thing that they're missing is basically the biggest trophy in soccer, which is the World Cup.
Ah, the World Cup.
So I think they're just there. Like if they win the World Cup, then they'll be in the same league,
Hmm.
which is extremely hard to do. You know, since it's every 4 years.
But do you think can they win games by themselves?
Yeah,
Like so you've seen them do that? Because when
yeah,
Ronaldinho played for Barcelona, like whenever Barcelona would be losing, they put him in there.
yeah,
I remember like they'd be losing like 3-0. He would win 4-3, like by
yeah,
himself. Jesus Christ. They can do that. I haven't seen them. Maybe I should, because if they can do it as you claim, then they could be worth watching.
yeah. You should watch. You know Champions League, right?
Yes,
You know like the rules of it.
not the specifics.
So basically, it's like a tournament where all the best clubs play together. Because you know how like there's a lot of different leagues in different countries.
Yeah.
So all the best clubs they play in it, and there's two matches, and the winner, like who advances, is basically the team that scores the most goals in those two matches.
Okay, makes sense.
So I've seen like Ronaldo. When was it? Last year with a he won against. Well, it was a good team with good defense. Atletico Madrid. They have like their
Hmm.
defense is like it's really good.
Hmm.
So they won the first match 2-0, and then like Ronaldo is like, oh nah, I'm gonna score three next match, and that's what he did. He scored three the next match, and then they advanced. And then against Bayern, that was a team that beat, what was it? Arsenal. Arsenal was a good team too. Bayern beat them 5-1 in two matches and scored off. In total, would be 10-2 goals. And then they were playing Real Madrid, and everyone thought like that Bayern was gonna beat them. But Ronaldo scored those 5 goals in both of those matches to advance. So yeah, and then Messi too. What was it? There's this yeah, his team was down, and then like the manager, the coach of the other team's like, oh no, I wasn't celebrating because Messi was coming off the bench, and then Messi came off the bench and he led the team to a win.
Damn. Well, let me ask you
Yeah,
this: like, why? What do you think is the difference between, or what separates the European teams from the American teams? You know, like Mexico or the South American uh, teams.
I don't even know. So honestly, I think it's money.
I think it's money.
Yeah, because I heard in Mexican, like the Mexican league, there's a lot of like corruption going on, and I think.
Hmm.
And then right here, just they don't pay attention enough to it. And then Europe, yeah, I think it's just money.
So, are you sure though? Like the play styles look really different. Like and even between like South America, any of the South American teams, which are all amazing, like Brazil, you know, le-
Okay, hold on,
legendary.
hold on, hold on. Wait.
Mm.
All right, now, okay, now that you said that the play styles,
Hmm.
actually, I don't even know what is it because talent. Because Brazil always has talent. You
Yes.
know, it produces Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, who was Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos. Yeah, Brazil is always producing talent,
Yeah.
and Argentina.
Versus you know, the European teams. The European teams are great, but like, can you name one European like legend?
There's
See how long it's taking you?
Zidane,
I don't
him.
know who that is. I don't
You
know
don't know
who
that?
that is. You see,
No,
no,
no. You
like
have to
that.
search up his highlights. He's up there too. He's up there. He's up there
The
with Ronaldinho,
okay. The point is,
Maradona.
the point is, what is up with the South American teams just producing like these uh, soccer super soldiers, man? Like, it's, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with just their training, man. Like they're just bred differently. Like,
Oh,
have
I
you
don't even
seen
know.
like it's really obvious during the World Cup. Like, have you seen like the Brazil team play versus I don't know, like Germany or like Italy, like just a strong European team?
Yeah,
It's a trip. Like they're playing different, very differently, and whoever is, you know, just more on point wins the game. But the point is, it makes you wonder like how come Mexico has never like produced like anything. You know, like I get like the corruption and all that, but like when they play against the Europeans or the Brazilian or the South American teams, like the play style is different, like
yeah.
completely, and it looks incompatible with like everyone else. It's like everyone else is playing like up on level 12 and they're still like on level 5, you know. It's like, what are you guys doing? That might work
I
at
don't know.
home, but it's not gonna work with the adults.
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't even know how Mexico hasn't produced like a talent like that, like
Yeah.
someone like uh or even close to it.
Yeah, like the only talent sports wise that I can think of is Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Boxing phenomenon. Like I've seen his old like back back in his day, man. Like yeah, like it's he's one of those like once once a generation fighters where I don't think we're gonna see talent like that for a long time.
Do you know who's considered the best Mexican fighter in boxing?
Who?
Ricardo Lopez. Have you seen him?
I haven't.
You
I'll have to
should
go
watch
find
him.
him.
Damn. He's
Savage.
basically he's like what Mayweather says. You know what Mayweather thinks he is like hit but not get hit, but he does it better. Like he's on them and he doesn't get hit.
Hit but don't get
Like
hit.
yeah, like his footwork. Because you know Mayweather, he just runs back.
Yes, that's his. That's his
Lopez,
thing.
he like pivots. He stays in front of him, but he pivots to like the left and then beats him up. And
Is
his
this what
defense was really good.
is this what you were telling me the other day? Like, where you just become a tower and you're like, I will not move from this spot, and that's where you work from. Is he one of those guys?
Yeah,
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 I'll watch it. He sounds interesting just from how you're describing him. Because I really want to see another. I don't know. It's like I want a reason to look at these like sports, but I just can't if it's boring. If I'm just gonna look at the same old like failure or not even fair, just same old boring. Like let's play not to win, but like let's play to make that bread, I guess. And I don't want to watch that. It's just not in me. I just can't, man. It's the only thing
there's
I can
one
think of.
boxer right now.
Who? What
There's
weight
one boxer.
division?
One. Damn, there's so many. There's like so many weight divisions in boxing. They need to like calm down. One. I forgot. What would it be? Lightweight. I think it's lightweight. 135.
35. That's not
His
a
name
featherweight.
is Vasily Lomachenko. Huh?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Sounds
Joe
super
Rogan talked about
familiar.
him. He said, "Oh, wait, hold on. I see a mosquito. Kill it real quick."
Lomachenko. Maybe that's where I heard it from, like Joe Rogan.
Yeah. If you watch his highlights doesn't capture enough. Like you have to watch the full fight. Even Joe Rogan
Lomachenko.
like talks about him. Like
Hmm.
he's like, I will send you a fight. I know a couple ones.
Okay, so he's who would you compare him to? So I know what I'm looking at.
Compare him to basically like skill wise. It's hard to it's hard to say skill wise. But well, basically, because you know how boxing got weaker.
Yeah,
But if you
that's what
want to see
happens.
someone like
Hmm.
toy, like Muhammad Ali did, then he does it.
He's the guy.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, because that's what happens when like like there's nobody pushing everyone, for greater heights. Like everyone just
yeah,
gets complacent and they move back instead of forward. Because the thing about being the best at a sport, it's like you become an example to everyone else. Like Mayweather, he's the best, but no one wants to be like him. Like, it's like whole thing is like if that's what it takes to be the best, I don't want to be the best. Like that doesn't look appealing. But people look at like someone like Muhammad Ali. It's like that's what it takes to be the best. Like that, something I can chase after. Um, but you're right though. That's what happens when there's no greatness for too long. Everyone gets complacent. Although that's what's nice about MMA though. Like right now, it's still getting like settled. There's still like a struggle to see what it means to be the best and all that. So it's really entertaining.
yeah.
Like it's super hype. I'm looking forward to the next fight. It's gonna be great. I wonder if Masvidal's ever gonna get in the ring again though, and give him a good matchup. I guess so someone that's not just gonna do that. Although I wouldn't even mind if like Usman beat him through like a submission or something like really
Yeah,
fast. But nah, like it wasn't even that. That's what gets me. It wasn't even something like that. It was literally worse than that because he was oh god, it was terrible. Like when Askren lost to Masvidal with that flying knee kick. Yeah, it was short and sweet and all that, but like it was perfectly satisfying. Like that
yeah.
didn't have to be 5 rounds. Like it was perfectly satisfying. Like a match doesn't have to last forever, all 5 rounds to be good. Like the fighters just have to be freaking good. Imagine if he would have came with a flying knee to Usman. I wonder how that would have, would have gone down. Damn. Yeah,
I can't. He's the worst champion right now. Like I can't even. Even the
by
girls are better than him.
by far, like how how did he even get this far? It's like one of those things like who let you in? Like was the
No,
bouncer
like the thing
sleeping?
about, I think welterweight is the only division that went down a bit instead of evolving. Because I think there's some fighters back then that would do good today, like of course George St. Pierre,
Saint Pierre, yeah. Dang.
prime Carlos Conde, prime Robbie Lawler.
Dang, Waller, Savage, yeah.
Yeah,
Damn. There- do you remember that? I think it was you that sent me the fight between Lawler and was it McDonald?
McDonald. Which one?
Yeah,
Where like
they tore each other
where
apart.
Lawler won in the fifth round, TKO.
Yeah, like his lip was just like
Yeah,
open. Yeah, dang.
yeah.
That was the
Oh, and prime
bloodiest
Roy
fight.
McDonald too.
Dang. That one's also.
Yeah,
What's his name?
there's like more in welterweight. Who else?
Walter.
Um, no, yeah, that's it.
What, in your opinion, like, what do you think of the heavyweights? Like, those are
Um,
some serious dad bods, like going at it up at the heavyweights.
I think the heavyweight is just Stipe dominating.
Are they exclusively like strikers up in heavyweights? I don't think I've seen like a decent grappler ever.
Some of them are Daniel Cormier. Oh, he was the best grappler.
Did he win with the grappling?
Yeah, against I think Derek Lewis. I think there's one wrestler right now, Curtis Blades,
Hmm.
but it's mostly striking because it's heavyweight division, so it's easier to get knocked out there.
Those guys are tanks. Yeah, those guys are
Yeah,
freaking something else. I, I don't know. I feel like a grappler would be really good though in the if everyone's doing striking. It's the thing. If you just focus on the thing that everyone else is ignoring, then you'll do
yeah,
really well. I think that's what it's missing too, because at the lower divisions, like there's so much like diversity. That's what I don't know. That's what they're so interesting. Like literally, like all the matchups so far have been pretty like interesting. It's like you literally don't know who's gonna. You have a favorite and you have like an idea of how it's gonna go down, but you really don't know up until like the final bell goes down who won, which is nice.
yeah.
Which is nice.
That's how light heavyweight was. The
Back in the
light
day.
heavyweight division, it was like it's basically what lightweight is today, where anyone can beat anyone. Like you don't know who's gonna win. Then yeah, and then John Jones came, and then it wasn't like that anymore.
John Jones came and just told
Yeah,
everyone how it's done.
yeah. Like he beat everyone.
Hmm. What weight division was King Velasquez? Do you remember?
Heavyweight?
Did John Jones fight him? I kind of want to look that up if it did. I don't think so, right?
Nah, nah.
Because King Velasquez is from like the like old right. He was fighting back when eye gouging was still allowed,
Like
right?
who?
When eye gouging was still allowed.
Eye gouging?
Yeah,
Kane?
yeah,
No, I
pretty
don't think
sure.
so.
Pretty
Eye
sure.
gouging.
Yeah.
So like eye gouging, like where you can like put your thumb in their eyes.
Yeah, that used to be allowed.
Oh wait, hold. Okay, how far are you going back?
Pretty far back. Pretty far back.
Like
That's
what
the.
year? What
the
year?
let me see. I think it's him, anyways. Maybe UFC 166, I believe, or 155.
Eye
What year
gouging.
was that? 2013. 2013. Yeah, that's about right. Actually, this is like 7 years ago.
I mean,
That because yeah. Let me check when the
I don't
rule
think
was
so.
set. Because I'm pretty sure that eye gouging on another legal occasion. Damn, some brutal eye gouging. Oof, this is research, man. You're making me do research. The heck? Cormier eye gouged. Was it Mio chick at UFC
Yeah, Mioshik.
226?
Yeah,
That like
yeah.
that's intense. Dang. You're gonna okay, okay, so there's this article that goes into detail about the history. I'm gonna have to read that if I want to give you the year that the rules were like modified. But I will, and you'll see, because I'm pretty sure I remember that. Anyways. So you're gonna get into grappling, huh? You're leaving the world of striking.
No, if anything, I want to learn. It's hard.
How to use
What
your
should I
elbows
do?
and kicks.
Actually, yeah. If I if I decide to get back to combat sports, it'll be grappling.
Dang. So what specific grappling? Like is it jiu-jitsu also
Yeah,
Brazilian?
yeah. No, yeah, jujitsu.
Jiu-jitsu does seem to be like pretty, I don't know what to call it, effective. Like it's
Yeah,
efficient. Like it does get the job done. Super good. And if you're good at jiu-jitsu, you're pretty much like you feel safe on your back. I notice. Like there's some fighters that are just not what's it called? You can tell they're scared when they're not like on their feet. It's like a scramble to get back up.
yeah, like yeah, yeah. I'll learn jujitsu. Like stand up, they'll be in my world. Then they take me to the ground. Like you're in my world again.
It's still in my world. Um, why don't you join the same class as Chris? So you
Chris,
can like see where the where the talent
I
is.
still can't believe the gym is open.
Yeah, I know. And I asked him like, so
Like
everyone's like sweaty and like just killing each other. They call it rolling. He's like, yeah, that's exactly it. Oh, I
that,
guess it's a bit.
that's crazy.
It is crazy. Like I still wouldn't. And the time is the worst too. It starts at exactly like 6:30 and ends at 7:30. So I don't know what he's gonna do when church opens up again at that exact time. Probably stop coming to church. The ring calls. The call of the ring is too loud. I guess. Dang. That's also the thing, right? Like the hours. What is up with like these fighting classes being at exactly like between the hours of 6 and 8? Like and literally nothing else. Like it's exclusively those two
I don't
hours
even know. That was like
or nothing.
all right. Because when I went to boxing,
Mm,
there was the morning class like at 9,
mm,
and
nice.
then but I had school, so I couldn't go
Mm,
to it.
okay.
And then it started at 4, but that was for kids boxing.
Hmm.
And then 5:30, that's when I can go. 5:30 to 7:30, you can stay. And then yeah, then after that, like you can't.
What is up with that?
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I kind of since I want to start something too, but not like that. If anything, I'm probably gonna buy another guitar. I think I could use a 7 or 8 string guitar. Those are really cool. I
guitar.
need to, yeah. That's probably the one thing I think I'm still pretty good at. Ever since what to call it, lockdown. Like I've started to play more. I surprise myself. I'm like, I still got it. Still got the heat. I see I can still impress. I could probably still impress some people. Like I think it's my thing so far. It, it's to the point where I do feel confident. Like I went to this no, I didn't go anything. But whenever I see someone with a guitar, like I do kind of want to take it from them and be like, so cute. Let me show you how to treat her. You know, you're treating her all wrong. She needs to be played, not strummed. You animal. You know, something about it like it makes me feel good enough for that. Thankfully, like there's very few people that I've run into that completely intimidate me when it comes to music. You know, like when you see someone play and you're just like, why do I even try? Like, you know, there's people like this running around in the world. What's the point of living? I haven't run into that yet. Hopefully, that never happens.
You should learn how to play Hurt.
But Johnny Cash, I did.
Yeah.
I know how to play it. I just don't practice it enough to play it like smoothly. Like, but I do have the like I have played it to myself just to make sure that I could play it, and I can. It's just practice. That's the thing about guitar too. Like you gotta practice every day, all day, like during my free time. I have my guitar next to my bed just in case, like in the middle of the night, I wake up and I'm just like, you know what? Let me serenade myself tonight. Then I play, put it down, be like, damn, that concert was just for, for those lucky people in my room at the moment. Is nice. I recommend. You should learn an instrument. Surprise everyone during lockdown. When we come back from this, not only can you fight, but you like pick up a ukulele or something. I don't know, or a guitar, and be like, "Hey, Mike,
Well,
can you play
I was
this?"
thinking about guitar.
You should. Guitar's amazing. I'm just saying. I have like seven. Go on.
You have seven guitars.
Hell yeah. I need more
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Do you how often do you have to change the strings?
Depends on how often I play that particular guitar. Like the travel guitar that I just got, like within a week I changed the strings. Not because it needed it. The strings can last like for years if you treat them right. But like mm, it's hard to explain. Like you when you play, you can feel it. Like you're like this needs new strings. I don't know. Maybe it's like a taste thing. But they do sound and feel different. New strings do lose tune faster, but they just sound so crisp. And this guitar deserved it. I love this travel guitar the way it looks. I was like, she needs it.
Yeah.
She's earned it. But you should. I'm just saying, guitars are pretty cheap. Especially learning guitars. Just saying. Or if you have the money, just buy like a super fancy guitar and learn on that. There's nothing wrong with that either. Those are pretty sweet too.
You know what else I like to do?
Mm.
Make short films.
Dang.
They're pretty.
When are we gonna shoot this? That reminded me of the uh, the short film. You know that this I was scripting.
Yeah. What happened to the script? Are you gonna write the script?
I just,
Did you get
just
inspiration?
just that part that I sent you is the the only
She's
part.
like, that's it.
That's it. Hey, but it's a powerful scene, so it's a start, especially if delivered properly. You saw the clip that I sent you right from Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw the difference between like deliveries though. You saw like delivery versus like freaking making you feel things delivery.
Yeah.
Like they basically said the same thing, but completely different like feel
Yeah.
to it. That's that is what I'm going for though. That's what I like. Especially since Her is back on Netflix. Maybe I should watch that for some like inspiration on how to like how to write dialogue, but with a good atmospheric like setting. Because Her, damn, like I still watch it and I'm impressed. Like it's basically Joaquin Phoenix talking to himself for most of the movie, and he just nails it. Like you believe he is falling in love with Samantha, and you hurt when he hurts, and you're like, damn, that's how it be.
Yeah,
Something like that. That'd be nice if I could just do that.
yeah. Come on, man. We should write the script. I want to make a short movie. I'll make them. I'm watching short movies on YouTube, man. They're entertaining. Like, yeah. And then filming's
Uh,
fun.
Filming is fun. There's something
Like
magical
later on,
about.
like when you're done watching the bloopers, then yeah,
So you agree? I
probably
should
make like a
do that interview scene.
yeah, make it
It's
like a
like a
YouTube channel,
that's a whole production though.
have
I
short
need
films on it.
people. I need a producer. Do you want to be my producer?
Huh?
You want to be my producer?
Huh?
Do
You're a
you want to
producer?
be? Yes.
What does a producer do? They basically make sure everything's okay, right?
Yeah, they do
Like
everything.
everything's going to plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have creative input too. Cause, cause yeah, that's the thing too. You need people to help you. I mean, you could do it yourself. Like, there's a lot of skit like YouTubers that are great. Like, have you seen Caleb City?
No.
If you ever get a chance, he does it by himself. Like 90% of his videos are just him. And like even when there's multiple like characters, it's just him like wearing something different. But it works. Like that's the thing. He's that good. Like it's hilarious and he pulls it off. So like there's no excuse like because he it's proof that you could do it yourself and still be like quality. And he does them all in his house. You know, like it's not like a super high production either. So it makes me think
What does
like
he
that's
film with?
talent. I don't know what he films with. I don't. It's definitely, or maybe it is a phone, but it's really good quality. Like it doesn't look like cam footage, and the sound is great too. So I don't think it's a cell phone because the sound, like the video, cell phones do have amazing video, but the sound is too good. If he does do it on a
Yeah.
cell phone, he must have like a microphone attachment or something, which I could do. I do have the Pixel, and this is supposed to have like one of the best cameras, 4K,
See, Michael, see, so you have all the
60
equipment.
FPS. I still need a was it like those tripods to hold it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Don't you need mics? You need mics too, don't you?
Yeah, yes, and like lighting,
Yeah.
like those lighting these lighting lights production value.
I want to make a scary short film.
Scary.
Yeah.
How scary? How
Huh?
scary? What kind of scary? Are we talking the thing scary, Hellraiser scary? Uh,
I haven't
there's
seen the
different kinds of
thing,
scary.
and I haven't seen Hellraiser, but
Okay, okay. You want
something
to make a
that's
scary
not
movie,
like today.
and you don't know greatness, and you don't know the legends of the industry in terms of horror. What is this amateur hour?
It's something not like today.
Okay, you
Like
should definitely.
not using a lot of jump scares because that's
You should watch these old 80s and 90s like scary movies. Like there's a reason why like they're considered like legendary like horror monsters. You know, The Thing, first of all, Hellraiser 1 and 2, the rest are not that great. Um, Freddy Krueger, I was never that big of a fan, but I understand why he's uh, popular. But for sure, Hellraiser and The Thing, especially Hellraiser 2, because they're completely different kinds of scary, and you'll have a good like idea of like the spectrum of like between like the things that you can do. Like dang, like Pinhead, he talks super elegant for like a bad guy. He's like do you know the Lich from Adventure Time?
no.
Damn it. He's another great villain.
I haven't seen it.
He's surprisingly good for like a kids show. He talks really like eloquent and like cosmic, like themes. Like there's a scene where Finn is like about to hit him, and then the lich he just says fall, and Finn falls to the ground, and the lich slowly walks towards him. He's like, "You're a strong child, but I am beyond strength." And it's stuff like that's scary because he's not a bad guy that can be punched. Like he's just beyond violence. Um, the Pinhead from Hellraiser is that kind of bad guy. Like he doesn't care about like hurting you or even scaring you. He's just kind of there for like a reason. Like the whole thing is the puzzle box, right? There's this puzzle box that you solve it, and then Pinhead and like the other demons come out, and in two, this girl that's crazy solves the box, right? Like this doctor gave it to his mental patient that solves puzzles because he wanted to see demons, and he didn't want to open
Mm-hmm.
the box himself, right? So the girl, she solves it, like, because that's her like the one thing she could do that's doesn't get that's not part of her disability. She solves it. The demons come and they're like about to kill her, and then Pinhead says wait, and the other demons are like, what, why, like kind of confused. He's like, it's not hands that call us, it's desire, and they back off, and they're just waiting, for like the guy to reveal himself. But it's stuff like that that's, I think it's really well done and completely ignored in modern horror stories. Like they do not write them like that, man. Where the bad guys are just beyond like understanding, and like they're beyond like violence. They're just scary on a different level. I'd like to see something like that again.
Wait, so that's Hellraiser, but the thing,
Yeah.
it's a thing. It's like a parasite, not like an alien,
Yeah, it's an
right?
alien that when it infects you, like you become it. It replaces your cells one at a time until you become it. Like you can't even feel like when it starts like replacing your cells. Um, and it's like I don't know, 8 guys stuck in the Arctic, and they got to figure out who's already infected and who's not. And like they're all super suspicious of each other, and yeah, and the way the thing reveals itself every now and then, like when it gets attacked, is like, I don't know, its arm will turn into like a mouth and like rip someone's like head off. And like the horror, like the thing is intelligent too, like it's not dumb, it's not killing. Like it built a spaceship, I think, towards the end of it, so it's like extremely smart. um the one of the many things is like, what did it want, you know like, if it was that smart and intelligent, why did it never try to communicate? I think the most it says, like, as itself, when it's not pretending to be someone, it just like roars in the snow in this one scene where they catch a guy who's like half transformed, and it just like opens its mouth and like this weird, it's not a roar, like that's not a good description, you gotta watch it. It's like a weird non-biological sound that comes out of its mouth, and then they just burn it. But that was like the only time that it really like spoke. And it can speak human language because it can copy like people, like it can pretend to be a person, so it can speak perfectly fine, but it never does, as itself. It's pretty interesting. And like it's probably the manliest like horror movie too, because they're all guys, and like all of them are like not afraid to kill each other. Like they're men, like from that old school like 90s 80s like tough guy, like will kill you if he suspects you. Like a lot of the movie, it's them like almost killing each other, but then like pulling something out of their ass. Like there's a scene where one guy is like suspected to be the thing, and he has like a stick of dynamite, and he's like about to light it. He's like, if you kill me, like I'll kill all of us like right now. Like it's like that. like they're super
Mm.
suspicious, but like super defensive. And if they mess up like one little thing, like even if they're not infected and they do something suspicious, like they freak out, like no, no, I can explain, like it's not, I'm not the thing. It's really good. I suggest it. I highly suggest it. And you never find out what it wanted either. It's one of those like who knows what it wanted, who knows why it was doing things the way it was. Um, you're just there left thinking like, did they get it? You know. But yeah, just the two extremes. Like one's like the fancy talking horror, like beyond good and evil type, and then the other one is more like a creeping horror of like you don't know who's your friend and who's infected. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
What did you say is good? The Grudge, the Japanese one.
Oh, the Japanese one is pretty good, but I think J horror is an acquired taste. Like you have to like horror. I mean, unless I mean you could like it, but it is way different than American horror. Like there are scenes where there is no sound or music. Like something will be quietly horrible, if that makes any sense. Like quietly creepy, and the cameras will like stay in and like staring at a specific spot for a while. Um, I think a good American example is The Exorcist 3, if you ever get a chance to watch it.
Mm.
Uh, it's the Exorcist 3 is like the real sequel to The Exorcist, the first one. Um, there's a demon that possessed the young priest uh, to get revenge on him for the girl for exercising him.
Yeah,
Um, and the cop from the first movie that talked to the priest in the first place, that told him like, hey, there's a girl, she's possessed, I think you should look at it. He's the main character, that cop. So the demon is torturing him by possessing his good friend, because the priest is like a very good friend of his. uh and the way the demon talks is like extremely accurate. Like he doesn't go crazy, he talks slow, deliberate, like he talks like he's lived for thousands of years. Like he's not in a rush, he enjoys like the conversation, which is freaking nice to watch. It's not like The Conjuring, where when the wife was possessed at the end, she was going crazy and like her face was messed up and all that.
yeah,
Nah, nah, none of that here. All right, we don't do that here. It's so much more like subtle, because the demon is killing people using the priest's body, and that's like the torture method. He does it slowly, deliberate, and he goes into detail about how he murders people. Like his thing is that he can cut off a person's head, and he puts all the blood into like these jars without spilling a drop. And the way the demon talks about it, he's like, you know what that's called? It's called showmanship. All right, it's called pride in your work. All right, it's an art form. It's not perfect. I still get like a little stain here and there, but I do take a lot of pride in what I do. Like the way he talks, it's very he's having fun with what he's doing. Like he's confident in like the things that he's doing, right? Because he's a demon who's lived for thousands of years. Like he can't be killed. Why would he worry like of a cop asking him questions? It doesn't make sense, right? It's not like The Conjuring where she's like breakdancing in the midair and it's like this thing.
that's it.
Like it's different. Like I definitely recommend Exorcist 3, Hellraiser 2, and The Thing. Like they're scary, and I rewatch them. Like those are movies I could rewatch um, and enjoy. Like pretty good. Like it's horror. I mean, not that I don't enjoy these newer movies. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I did watch The Conjuring 1 and 2, and like Insidious and Sinister, but they're definitely like the Marvel movies of horror. You know, like
Mm.
big budget, flashy. They have so much money that they're not worried about like uh, the art. It's like no, like the movie just needs to have these particular things, and it'll be a good movie, right? Like we can't mess with the formula because you know who's done like a lot of big budget scary movies. He's done most of them. His last name is Juan. Uh, damn it.
One. Oh,
Yeah,
I know what you're
you
talking about.
yeah you know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That director, right? Like James
Yeah.
Wan. James Wan.
Yeah. Yeah.
His scary movies are very like surgical. You know, like the scenes need to happen in a certain order in a certain way. He's very like, and he came from the Asian scary movies, and those are the same, but you know, different. You should watch them though. Like I would say those are scarier, but he definitely does like change his
Mm.
style to fit American taste, and it's interesting because he's right in that they're popular because they are popular movies. There's no doubt about it. But it makes like for someone like me that's used to like these other like a different kind of scary movie, it's like you're basically the Marvel of scary movies. I'm not scared, but I am entertained. You know, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense. But if you want to be scared, I'm telling you, man, those are the things to do. Like if you have Amazon Prime, you could probably watch The Exorcist 3 right now. It's free. Hellraiser 2, I think it's also on Prime and on Hulu. And I think Netflix has most of them, if not all of them, except for Hellraiser for
Yeah.
some reason. Uh, but yeah, like they're classic. They're free if you have those services. I'm pretty sure you do. And those, if you can watch those and yeah, like basically after you watch them, you'll see what I mean. Like it's one thing for me to tell you
Yeah.
about it, but when you see them, when you see the execution of Pinhead, like they yeah, there is no bad guy like that in mainstream horror anymore. Like he speaks so, and I
Yeah.
think that the guy who does it is British. So Pinhead has like a slight like British accent, which makes him even more like proper and fancy. You know, there's something about a bad guy who's super classy and super evil, like because he isn't like I don't know how to explain it. Like mercy does not exist in like his vocabulary or word. Like the things he says, you know, like when he sees like the girl that he's scaring, she's like crying, and he's like, "Please, no tears. It's such a waste of perfectly good suffering." You know, like Jesus Christ, like he's on something else, and I love it. Um, damn, that makes me miss like those kind. The only director that I can think of that I watch, not for entertainment, but I mean, yes, he's entertaining, but not for that Marvel aesthetic, is Guillermo del Toro. He's probably the last like creative director that I can watch his work and be entertained and be like interested. Like Pan's
Mm.
Labyrinth, like that dark fantasy movie is one of my favorites. Like I
Is that the
not
one with the like
the thing with the
the eyes in the
hands.
hands?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes. That's on Netflix, by the way. So, just saying, no excuse. Um,
Yeah. I just make a couple short films. You think anyone here will act?
hmm?
You think anyone here will act?
I think so, but the real question is, can they act good? Can they sell it?
I know. I think. I think I rarely take. I know Aurelia has taken a few acting classes.
You think she can? But do you think she's like what's the word? Uh, can she act how you want her to act? Because you know how actors kind of focus on like a style. Like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is like an action hero, right? Like it's I don't think you're ever gonna see him in a horror movie. Uh, or what's his can't remember his name. Chris Pratt. You know, he's
Mm.
like a funny action guy. Like, will you ever see him in a horror movie? Stuff like that. Like, depends, I guess, on what you're going for and if your actors can match that. There are some actors though who can act in anything. Like, they have some insane talent that I've. Who have you seen that's done both horror and like drama? The only one I can think of is Leonardo DiCaprio. He did Shutter Island, which is pretty
Mm.
good.
What
Mm.
about what's that guy's Jim from The Office?
Oh, and the the Quiet Place.
Yeah, he's gonna that, and then he's Jack Reacher.
Yeah, but I would say the Quiet Place is more action with like some creep
Yeah,
element to it, but it's not horror. It's a monster movie. It's a great monster movie. I liked it. It has heart and everything. But would you call it horror? Like because a horror movie leaves you like with like if it leaves you with a feeling of dread after you're done watching it.
uh,
Uh, but A Quiet Place ends with like his wife in a shotgun. Like you're not feeling dread.
mm.
You're feeling like she's about to go like shoot up some monsters. Kind of leaves you hyped, which is fine.
The
But
Shutter Island. Did that make you feel dread?
that one, no, that one made me like sad. That one made me sad. I was
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, that one was sad. That ending, the twist ending made it sad. The whole you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Also,
you know,
American
speak.
Horror Stories on Netflix. How come you haven't watched that?
Right now I've been watching The Haunting of Bly, Bly mainly.
I saw that on my recommended, but I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
Cause you've seen the first one, right? Hill House.
Hill House, yeah. Damn, Hill House was
Yeah,
great. Yeah, Hill House was great. That's a
yeah,
good combination of scare because that was scary and I don't know, drama. Like, damn, the last episode wasn't
yeah.
scary; it was more drama, but it was great drama. Man, this is great. It was very well executed.
Did
I
you
was very satisfied.
did you did you did this part did it make you jump? You know when the two sisters are arguing in the car,
Hmm.
and then like the ghost like comes out of nowhere. She just like screams.
I don't remember that. It might have. What I remember the most is that tall man that like would float.
Oh yeah, that was
And
pretty. That was crazy.
that was crazy when she was like hiding underneath her bed and he could see like its feet like
Yeah,
under. Yeah, that was great horror, man. Like that's something very simple. You know, no freaking like crazy twitching anything. This is very simple, like very effective,
no,
executed
and when
perfectly.
she finds out that she was haunting herself, basically.
Yeah, that was sad. Damn. So does that mean that she killed her husband?
Actually, damn, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, because she blames
Never.
the hanged woman, right, for her husband dying.
Yeah.
But then again, he died of like a brain aneurysm. Like they're undetectable and they kill you like pretty much instantly. So it's possible that maybe he was like shocked when he saw her and that's what like set off the brain aneurysm. So like maybe she did it indirectly, but not on purpose, like not like that. But she would be the cause of it, which is still a trip though,
Yeah.
right? So apparently when you're dead, time is like does not work the same. That the dad though, man, he fought for years, man, to keep it together. Like that, he was probably the most like I don't know what to call it. Uh, because he throughout during his older, uh, the future timeline, he was much more like I don't know what to say, but he looked in control. Like he
Yeah.
pretty much expected everything to go down the way it did. He
Uh,
planned to die at Hill House too, which was interesting. Um, but he did it like to save his other children, right, from his own wife, which was interesting. I was like, damn, that dad
Yeah.
took one for the team. Pretty good, man. What happened to the wife was pretty brutal
What
too.
do you
Like,
think about
hmm,
the
go ahead.
wife? No, seeing her like go, seeing her change
Hmm.
too.
From like a loving mother to
You know
like
how like at the beginning she was
crazy.
like this, yeah, like this perfect mom, and then she like starts like changing.
Yes, that's called character development. You see that? Even you notice like that's a great freaking good acting, good writing. I heard that's based on a story though. It's based on a book, right? Haunting in Hill House.
Yeah.
Some of these like
What do you think about?
mm,
What do you think about the dialogue in the last episode where she's like,
oh,
where she says
explaining
like
it.
confetti?
Yeah,
Yeah.
was it your life is like confetti. The moments in time are
Yeah.
not in the right order, but you're still surrounded by them. Something like that, right? Man, yeah, that was pretty deep too. I was
Yeah.
like, I wish and not wish it's like that at the same time. Like it still sounds pretty horrible, but but she made it sound not so bad. But it was a great monologue. That was a great speech. Speaking of, reminds me, a while ago I saw a new movie and I wasn't surprised why it was good. It's called Stardust and it's from Neil Gaiman. Just saying. Neil Gaiman, he wrote American
Mm.
Gods. Did you even see the first episode? I
No.
think that doesn't know. But everything he writes is pretty like uh, it's pretty great. Uh, I regret not like reading more of his. But he's so good. I actually pick up his books like before their movies. Like
Mm.
he's that good. Like I had to see what else he was writing. He writes like creepy, realistic, supernatural things, like adult fairy tales. Not adult like there's cursing and nudity or anything like that, but adult like like the themes. Like I don't think a child would understand them completely. Like they're pretty deep, sad, horrible, in adult ways. Damn, just saying. I think on Netflix there's one of his books actually is a series called Good Omens.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, it's called Good Omens. And it's about like the devil and the end of the world and the devil's son. And it's like an angel and demon that like work together to stop that. And it's not that the angel is bad or that the demon is good or anything like that. Like they have their own reasons for like doing what they do, and it's good. It actually makes it pretty interesting. He's one of those writers that makes like his his characters do really weird things, but they'll act like it's normal. You know, like they'll be really
Yeah.
casual about it, and it's pretty entertaining to watch. Like you're like, oh, okay, so this is, they do this all the time, stuff like that. Like, and it's in the book. The story starts from creation. By the way, it starts from like Adam and Eve, and it's all the way to present time. It's pretty good. I think it's a series or a movie. I think it's a series. Yeah. It's a mini series. It's like one season long. And it's the whole story. I saw the trailer for and the reason I told you about American Gods too is because I saw the trailer for season 3 and it got me hyped. I was like, oh my god! You know, like when you see the trailer for a show that you're really hyped about, it got me. The if nothing, watch the trailer for season 3, man. It got me hyped. Like, and there's a lot of characters there that I don't recognize, which means like the season's gonna have a lot of new characters, I guess. Like that's pretty cool. Especially Odin. You I'm telling you, man, I think Odin's gonna be your favorite character. If not Odin, then maybe Mr. World.
Mm.
But like I'm pretty sure like Odin's so dope. Like he's such a cool guy. Cool as in like cool to himself, not to other people. Like he's not he's not particularly nice or kind, but he is like he doesn't just respect people. He's one of those guys that you can't hate, but he does so many like dirty things. You know, by dirty I mean like uh like he'll trick you into like doing a lot of things you don't want to do. You know, just to get his way. Like his partner, like he just got out of jail, and they need money, so he like uh convinces him to help him like rob a bank. And the way they rob the bank is friggin' it's Odin. It's like his character perfectly. He dresses like a security guard, gives his partner like what's it called, a phone to stand by and like a business card, and then he goes to a bank and stands outside and tells them that like the ATM is broken, and like so they give him like their checks and money, and he says like he's collecting and then he'll take it inside to the bank later. uh and then a cop rolls up on him and says like, let me speak with your manager, and that's when they call, the guy, and he like, plays it off as the manager, and they get away with it, and you're like, damn, that's about right. That's Odin. Like he's just that guy. I'm telling you, man, I think you're gonna like it. Like it's pretty amazing, and then the supernatural stuff doesn't hurt either. Like it's pretty dope. Like it's one of those cool things, like especially when different gods or the from like different religions like interact. Like so Odin is a god of war, right? There's a scene when he talks with Kali or Shiva, the god of war from Hindu religion. And they have this conversation over like, if what's happening in America like constitutes a war. She's like, from one god of war to another, like this is not, you know, a fight. And like their arguments are it's pretty interesting. Like you're like, oh okay, because they don't just argue like religion. They argue like, I guess, how different cultures view violence. Like they justify it differently, and you see it. It's pretty cool. And Nancy, the black African like spider god of stories, he's cool. He's cool like in a cool way. Like he when he talks, you listen because he's gonna say something cool. I'm just saying, you should watch it. You'll enjoy it. You'll
Mm.
thank me later. I Let me just say you're welcome ahead of time because I know you're gonna say thank you under your breath. I'm not gonna be there to accept it. You're welcome just ahead of time. It's that good. I'm not even hyping it. I'm underselling it. That's how good it is. And I and then I checked it out though on Prime. Only the first episode of the first season is free.
Of
So
what?
of
American Gods?
American Gods, yeah. So
Yeah.
just saying, you should watch that first episode for free, and then watch the rest of them off online off a website, like everyone else. Oh, that reminds me. I'm currently watching Lovecraft Country. It's a horror series by Jordan Peele, and it's set back in like during racist America. But you know who H.P. Lovecraft is?
HP, I've heard of that.
Yeah, he's a horror author, and his monsters are like they're not evil. They're kind of like Pinhead from Hellraiser. Not that they look human either. They look like octopuses or something. But they're like they're so busy doing their own thing. They don't pay attention. They don't worry about what's good or bad. They just kind of do horrible things. But the point is, th- throughout the story, like it has those monsters like sprinkled in, like throughout. Like yeah, it's pretty cool. The guy's looking for his dad, and I get and yeah, and it's like that adventure through like southern United States back during like racism, and it's kind of yeah, it's bad. Like it's pretty accurate. Like it's kind of scary and messed up, but then the monsters like also thrown in there. Like what? Like pretty cool. The basic premise of the thing though, once the first two episodes set up the story, they're looking for something called the Book of Adam. Uh, because it will let them get into what they call the Garden of Eden when man was perfect. So that's pretty interesting. And like apparently like there's this secret society of like wizards who had one page from the Book of Adam, and they translated one page. And apparently like from that one page they do these like amazing like just like some amazing magic. Like I gotta admit, like they do some crazy things. uh so they're like, this is what we could do with one page, imagine what we could do with like the book, the whole book. So it's like a thing about finding the Book of Adam. And they do find it, by the way. Spoiler. It's pretty cool what they do with it though. Dang, yeah, so far like every episode has left me like impressed. Like I keep thinking that they're gonna like make it too social, like political, like, just kind of talk about racism too much to the point where I feel like I'm watching like a documentary or something. But they never do. I don't know how they do it, but they always put in enough like, I don't know what to call it, horror to like
Yeah.
pull me back in, and I'm interested again. Like, what the hell? Like, did that guy's head just get ripped off by like whatever that was? Like, it's pretty interesting. There's time travel. There, dude. There's even monsters from like other countries. Like, this is right after the Vietnam War, and the main character, like, there's a flashback episode where it's him in Vietnam, and he finds something over there. Like not a monster for sure, but it's not like a Lovecraftian monster. It's like a monster from like mythology. So there's that. Yeah, no, the whole series like has left me impressed. Like, all right, you got me. You got. I'll pirate this series all the way through. It's on HBO Max. That's why like I'm not gonna pay for HBO Max just for one show. The heck.
HBO Max.
Yeah. Um.
Speaking of HBO Max, South Park's in there. And speaking of South Park,
mm,
have you seen the new pandemic episode?
yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was. What you think about it?
They're always good. South Park is always funny.
Yeah, that was funny. It was like when they shoot Token.
Oh my god, yeah, in the arm.
Yeah, they wasn't even too messy.
He wasn't doing anything. Got him. Oh my god. And when they catch that one kid like out of class, they just like destroyed him with
Uh,
bullets.
yeah, it was like we got a runner. He was just standing there.
It's just damn, they just erased that kid from existence. Oh my god. And then everyone started to have mustaches. Cause
That was that
Randy.
was that was funny. Randy trying to solve in the hospital, which just feels like the shop and like doing it.
That was gross. Oh.
And then like where he's like he's forcing him to smoke it. Just trust me. Just trust me.
Just trust me, yeah. And he does get better for like a little bit, but it's just the mustache. Then his wife at the end, that was a great reveal too.
Yeah.
It looked like he had finally learned his lesson, but then he like changed his mind. He's like, nah, nah, you're still wrong. That was pretty
It
funny.
was funny when the bat was
Cartman.
like when they said the bat was the source of like the infection,
Mm.
and then you see him like with a look of worried, and then they said like it's not. He said it's another animal, and they go
the,
swim.
the,
He has the same word look.
the pangolin.
Yeah,
It's freaking Mickey Mouse. Gross. Um, Freaking Cartman though, like they had to like handcuff him to the
yeah.
classroom. He was like vibrating with like how angry he was. Man, that was pretty great. That was pretty funny though. But Butters, he didn't even really want to like go to, was it Build a Bear?
Hmm.
It was Stan the whole time. Like he just wanted to get out of the house or something. Uh and then President what's his name? Garrison. Man, that is the one of the most accurate representations of our president. It's like he would, like President Trump would kill like the only hope for a cure.
Where he's like
If he,
ignoring everything.
yeah, like he freaking would. I'm sure. Speaking of, did you vote already?
I haven't voted.
I already voted, son.
Who's your vote? You can't say it. No.
And yeah, it's like it's not till after, anyways, right? Because if you say it before, it's like too. It's not even a big deal. It's like a weird. I noticed that's a weird like white people thing.
Yeah.
Like I like you could you could they could be telling you like how they were like smashing the night before. Like yeah, dog, I was raw dogging that, and then you ask them like, but who'd you vote for though? And they're like, yo, bro, that's really personal. Like I'm over here trying to tell you, oh, you smashed. You're asking me these personal questions. Who I voted for? What the heck? I guess I voted for Biden though.
Biden.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure California is a blue state regardless. Like, so I don't think my vote mattered in that particular way because as we saw from the last election, right? Like you can have the popular vote but still lose the election. Like the electoral college is such like the dumbest thing ever.
Do you
Um
see Trump winning again?
yeah, no, but if he did, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Mm.
Like I I have seen Trump supporters and I have seen people ask them straight up like is there anything you could do like he could do for you not to vote for him? And people were like, nah, he could kill babies, I would still vote for him. So it's like, all right, like it's not about what he does really. It's just I don't know, some weird cult behavior, I guess, which is sad, but I hope they lose because I mean he tells people to drink bleach, that's dangerous. Tells people to vote twice, that's illegal. Just
Mm.
things like that that kind of I don't think our president should be spreading. Mm. Today at work, I saw a movie called. It has the dumbest title ever, but the movie was surprisingly amazing. Uh,
What?
Predestination. All right, hear me out. This guy, girl, is his own dad and his own mom. He's
Okay,
both.
what? Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
his
Let me
dad and the
explain.
mom?
Yeah. Let me explain. Uh, the way the movie like I guess this is the best way to do it. So there's an orphan, right? Uh, and she grows up as a girl, right? She meets a nice man who gets her pregnant and then leaves uh, her life, right? So she has to raise the baby by herself, but the baby is stolen from the hospital. Uh, and the pregnancy like damaged her organs, and it turns out she was a hermaphrodite, right? So she had like male organs. Um, so because of the complications during the pregnancy, they had to remove like all her lady parts, yeah, a full hysterectomy. But the doctor said like because of your condition, like and some surgeries, you can live a normal life as a man, you know. And at that point, she identified as a woman, by the way. So, she goes through the trauma of like being a man. Um, all right, and she's so now he's a biological man at this point, right? Like because she has the organs for it. Um, he's a fertile man, right? So this guy she meets in a bar is like, what if I could get you like the guy who got you pregnant and messed up your life? Like put him in front of you, would you kill him? And he's like, yeah, I would. And he's like, all right, come with me. So that guy's a time traveler, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And and I'll explain him later. He's actually like pretty interesting too. But the point is, he takes him back in time so that he can kill the guy that like got her pregnant. But it turns out like it was him. Like he meets himself as the girl in the past, and he's the guy that left her and got her
Mm,
pregnant. Um, so like so this person is so this guy is responsible for leaving herself, I guess, in the past. And the guy who time traveled was him.
mm,
The reason he didn't recognize himself is because he right before that meeting he had an accident. He was trying to catch somebody because he's like a time cop, and his face got horribly burned, so he needed like plastic surgery to like not be ugly. That's why he didn't recognize himself. And it was him that stole the baby and took it to the orphanage, right? So that baby is the person, is the girl, I guess.
mm.
Right? Like so he's his own parents and his own child at the same
What the
time.
heck? That's
You should watch the movie. Like I did not do
how
it
long?
justice at all. Like it
What's it
was
called?
predestination. It's such a dumb
Predestinate.
name. Yeah, it's the dumbest name ever. But do not judge books by the cover. Like that, it surprised me like how good it was. I was like, what's happening? Oh, and there's like a subplot, like the bartender guy or the guy, I guess. He was chasing like this legendary bomber that he was never able to stop. That's also him, by the way.
Mm,
Yeah, see, he's also the bomber. Like it's just this crazy thing, like of like time travel and like apparently this guy girl is like stuck in a loop. So like he gets her himself herself pregnant and gives birth to him and herself perpetually forever. Like he's stuck
mm,
in a time loop to make sure that he's or she is born. And since she was born a hermaphrodite, then she has both sex organs to do that. It's crazy. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to say. Mm, mm.
anyway, so Michael,
Mm-hmm.
when did you start working on the script?
Well, that's the thing. Like, should I just make it like a job interview, like a really intense job interview, like Robert California style? I'm a fan of that scene. It's probably my favorite scene in like the whole
So
Office
how long would it be?
series. Uh, I'd say like 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So would it be all one shot?
No.
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 Actually, no, never mind. That's hard. That's really
Yeah.
hard.
That's
Yeah, I
hard.
just realized that's hard. Yeah.
No, it'd be like single frame, like person asking, and then then to me
Mm,
answering, like cuts like that, and then sprinkled in there, yeah, like a shot of the whole table with like me facing the other interviewers. But the script has to be good, or at least I have to be satisfied with it at the very least,
yeah.
something like that, something intense, but like what do you call it? Mundane, like an everyday thing. Like that scene from Wayne's World, like he was just asking for directions to like some street, and it turns into like really emotional for that scene. Yeah, like so something everyday but like made dramatic or intense. I think stuff like that works way better than like an intense event that just
Mm.
makes things stressful. Yeah, but it's hard to get inspiration for stuff like that. Like, where else do you see something of that level or that kind of cinema?
No.
Right. Um, what's it called? The only other uh time I see it like regularly is that YouTuber that I sent you, Meat Canyon. Um, the because you saw it right, like the railroads and like the
Yeah.
Ed and Eddie. Yeah, that writing is exactly that. Like it's really intense, and he takes it a step further by making it like parodies of like really innocent things. But man, his execution delivery is just perfect. Like I don't think I could improve on anything like that. Like if I was given a chance to, like what, like he nailed it. Like I don't know how you can improve, especially the railroads one with Thomas the Tank Engine. Man, I'm telling you, like that line has stayed in my head since the first day I saw it. Like I have I have dined in the largest halls, drank from the tallest chalice, traveled to the furthest star, only to gaze beyond it. Like all I can offer you this in a life free of pain and suffering, all for the price of your soul. But like the delivery, like damn, that cannot be his natural voice. That has to be like, I don't know, made deeper somehow. I mean, for sure, it has like a cool echo to it, a
Mm.
reverb. But man, just how deep it is. I have been to the darkest. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like that though. Like I kind of want someone to like someone trying to preach to me, like I don't know, Jehovah's Witness or something, like trying to offer me like, have you heard the good news? And just pull out like, I've dined in the largest halls, drank from the tallest chalice. What could you possibly offer me? Like, stuff like that. Like, dang. Mm. I probably should watch some more Meat Canyon actually to get inspiration. I want something like that. I would love to work in something like intense like that uh, into it. But the trick is how, right? Because it's the premise is really like simple. That's why the question and answer that I sent you, I think that in particular works because the question is related to the interview. It's like, how would you get to work? If your car didn't function, in the morning, and then you go off on the little like, I would take the bus, like have your eyes wander off, that got you got to make them look like watery to you, not watery. What's it called? Soulful. Like you're
Mm.
like you're living those moments again in your head. I'll never forget those days. Type thing. Like the last episode of the first season of Mad Men. If you ever get a chance, that carousel scene is just it's at that level. Like it's freaking perfection, and all he's doing is trying to sell an ad, for the, I think it was the, what's it called, the projector.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a projector, but the way he sells like the ad for it though, the advertisement strategy to sell it, like it makes one of the guys cry. Like I was like, Jesus Christ, damn it, how do they do that? Where does writing like that come from, man? Where does inspiration for that? I'd love to tap into that to everything that I write. Mm, yeah.
What time is it? All right, so
Oh wow, yeah, it's 12.
you go to sleep right now, or try to go to sleep at least.
Try, or you
Yeah,
could learn a new skill, during this time. Just saying.
new skills.
Yeah, if you're not sleepy, I mean, this is actually the perfect time to pick something up. Anything.
I don't
Just
know
saying.
what can I do about making too much noise?
You can buy a learning guitar.
A
Like
learning
the
guitar? Will that
yeah,
make a lot of noise?
those are different. They're they they're not. Let me. Or you've seen my Instagram. Well, this isn't a learning guitar; it's a travel guitar. But you can see it's not going to make much noise because it doesn't have a body,
Mm,
right? This is so
yeah.
amazing. I bought it black strings for it because she deserves it. Custom strap, just saying leather. You can see those are ancient runes. Where is it? There you go. The rune for travel, and then the rest is my name in in that Viking language, the Nordic runes. Elder Fultar. That symbol is the compass slash traveling because it's a traveling guitar. So traveling, just saying. Learn guitar, maybe. I don't know. Although it will take dedication, though. You do need to play every day. That's like a thing. You do need to. There's no way around it either, unless you're like a genius like Willie and just pick it up in 1 month, like that guy. But no
Just
one's
pick
born.
up
No
a
one's no one's born like that. Well, not many of us are born like that. Like it will take a while. So what I recommend is choose songs that you really like because you won't mind playing them over and over. Like, and I cannot emphasize this enough, over and over and over again. Like, you better like what you're playing, like, because you're gonna have to play it like a million times just to be okay at it.
Mm,
You know, I think that's what makes sports like boxing like so interesting. Like, you could probably do that every day and like never get tired of it. It's like so
mm.
entertaining. It's like super fun. Getting to dance with your hands up. Do you miss it? Do you miss the dance? By the way,
Huh?
do you miss the dance?
Yeah. Sometimes,
Dang,
like
sometimes you sounded
competing.
sad. Mm.
Huh?
You sounded sad, like your
Yeah.
eyes glazed over. Like sometimes I still think about it.
Like feeling good after like you beat someone.
Mm.
That's that's what I miss.
So did you ever? Do you ever trash talk, or were you like the
Nah,
quiet?
I did.
Like
I never trashed like that.
you weren't just like first name greatest, second name like last name ever.
the the most I did was smile whenever I get punched, like with a clean punch, which basically everyone does.
Everyone does. Dang.
But I'll never trash talk.
Or would you ever try to be like epic? Like, let me give you some tips on how to beat me, punch harder, move faster, fight better.
No, I do that. I only say that after sparring.
Uh,
The most I'll do like to getting close to
hmm,
cockiness in there or confidence was just having my hands down.
really, the
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali style.
yeah.
Hmm, I'd like to see that. One of these days, though, when pandemic is over, we should pick up the old gloves again if you have time.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was real fun, actually. I look forward to it. Not now. All I got to look forward to on the weekends is like more work. Ever since pandemic, man, I'm telling you, working Saturday sucks. I don't know how people do it. I'm not used to it, and I don't like it.
I'll get back to yeah. I wanna play soccer again too.
Mm. Who would you play with?
Huh?
Who would you play with back when you used
I'll
to?
play with my friends.
Mm.
I don't hang out with them anymore.
I was gonna say you also moved to like a new neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
So like you're gonna have to make new friends, man. Or I don't know. You live close to Independence, though, right?
yeah.
I'm sure they have like a thing, like a court. I'm sure there's always like a pack of like people that break in and use the field for soccer. You could always sneak in there. I wonder if volleyball's ever gonna come back. I miss that. That was fun. That was entertaining.
Oh. Didn't they take that? They took down the net though. Chris said it.
They did. You know, I found
Yeah.
another volleyball court with the net, but it's kind of like it's kind of far. It's by Santa Clara or close to it.
I think that's. Yeah, I don't think people are that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna go. I know.
they're not. They're not gonna go.
No one wants to go
Send that
that
suggestion
far.
to the chat and they'll be like, they're probably gonna send laughing emojis.
Not even. They're probably not even gonna answer. It's just gonna
Or
be like
just probably like be
scene,
like, "So how you
scene.
doing, Mike?"
How you think? But yeah, man, I miss volleyball. That was pretty fun. And right when I start, like, or not start, but when I get to drive, basically,
Right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
that. Now I literally just drive to go to work and nothing else. Although, actually, no, I was gonna say I went to go eat ramen with someone, but that's okay. That's okay. You have to go to sleep anyways. It's 12:10.
What the hell?
It's 12:10. You seem tired, or you seem eager to pick up a new skill.
You went to Red Robin with someone?
Not ramen. Eat pho. Sorry, I don't know. I said ramen. Yeah, no, I meant pho.
Pho?
Yeah, pho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that private information?
No, it's not private, but I don't know if there's much to talk. I literally just ate ramen. I mean
Mm-hmm.
pho. I want
Pho.
ramen. That's why I say ramen. But
Mm-hmm.
but it's pho. My usual pho place is closed too, so I'm not enjoying my pho as usual. Unfortunately. Hopefully it opens back. I know it's open for takeout, but takeout sucks with pho. Like pho is definitely not a food like meant to be taken with you. Like it's not. It's just not the same. Like the food, and I don't mean like personally not the same, but I mean like it just doesn't taste the same. I think it has to do with like because like the food is cooked as you put it into like the hot water or something. You know, changes the flavor, I guess. Yeah, but that's just me uh, complaining. When are, more importantly, when are you getting married?
What's that's insulting. Like, has there
Insulting.
ever when he brought that when he asked out of nowhere? But I
Hmm?
just sent him memes like, "So when are you getting married, Brian?"
It's a legitimate question. When is that happening?
I don't know.
There was a time when I would answer that question, like very sarcastically. Like people would be like, "Mike, when are you getting married?" And I'd be like, "When the moon and stars have aligned to the proper positions, and the house of the dead no longer cries in silence, and he who dwells in the black star calls my name, then I will think about getting married." Uh, that was. You should give fancy answers like that. Give answers like that. Write them down and send them to me, so maybe I can work them into the script because I need inspiration for like uh, I don't know how to put it. What would you call that? Like classic speaking or baroque dialogue, something like that. But anyways, learn a new skill, man. I'm telling you, guitar is perfect. It makes your hands stronger, so your boxing can only improve picking up guitar. Your fingers will be like super muscular and stuff. You'll learn rhythm, so that's another great thing, and it will help you inquire because you'll be able to like follow music better. There's literally no downside to it. The only downside to it is if you don't practice, then you just have a guitar for no reason. It's just taking up space, and then you can give it to me, and I can add it to my collection. So, same. Always pick up or drawing. Oh, weren't you starting like a photography thing?
Huh?
Weren't you starting to like take pictures?
What the heck? When?
Weren't you? Didn't you mention that?
Oh no, I said I was interested in it.
Yeah. but you never
No,
follow
right now
through.
I'm more interested in making a short film.
Yeah, photography. That's exactly like the same realm. You need to know exposure. You need to learn angles.
Mm,
Um, what's the other thing? Framing, uh, subject, right? Perspective. So, yeah, see, it's all there.
yeah, I need
You,
to.
you you have an iPhone. Aren't those pretty good? Don't those also have pretty good cameras? Like, aren't there
Oh, yeah. My
movies?
my camera isn't good at all.
What iPhone do you have?
The 8.
Oh, yeah. You need at least two or three more generations uh, ahead. The 12 just came out, so you can save your money and buy the 12.
Like the 12.
Yeah, and then use that to shoot the film. All right, that I'm pretty sure that thing can shoot in 4K, 60 frames per second. Right?
Mm.
Should be shoot in
You
60
know,
frames. If you do shoot it on your phone, make sure it's 60 frames, not 30. 30 is okay, but 60 looks way smoother. Just saying. Also 4K. It has to be 4K. Don't settle for 720 or 1080. It has to be the highest quality.
what you do with like my first video? Like it's not like it's just like a practice video. I posted,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but just shots of you like walking around,
Oh, what the
and
heck?
then it blows up and it gets views, like millions of views.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised because like the internet is like I don't know. Sometimes the weirdest things get like super popular for some reason. They become memes and they never die. Memes never die. They just get forgotten and remembered in cycles. That'd be cool though. Oh, you actually that's an interesting project. Like, get videos of like friends or like situations and stuff, and do voiceovers. To like make them funny, serious, or whatever it is you're trying to do. Like those are pretty interesting too, when done right. Like voiceovers,
Mm.
and then you could practice characters, and you could practice different voices, which is like an amazing talent when you like look at the voice actors like the guy who does Fry's voice from Futurama. Apparently he does like every voice in that show. He does Zoidberg and the professor and Zach Brannigan. Like that guy's amazing, and Fry, of course.
Like like Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane is a unique case though, because he's also like the creator slash one of the writers, right, for the Family Guy.
Yeah,
But he does like my favorite. Well, my personal favorite character is Stewie. Like, definitely, I like him more than Brian, but Brian's cool too. But Stewie has like such flavor to his character. Uh, but voices, I'm just saying, like that is a legit skill. Like, if you can be an impersonator, that would just add to your like to whatever you're trying to shoot. If you're short a person, don't be afraid to like use yourself. More than once. You just got to shoot it right. But it's limitations like that force you to like focus on the content rather than the equipment. Stuff like that.
mm.
Just saying. Just saying, man. Do it. Write the script. Send me a copy, so I can edit it for grammar errors.
Write the skits.
Write the script. Actually, we should. Why don't we do that? Like each of us write a script, exchange it, and then send it back to each other with like corrections, comments, concerns.
I know how
That'd
we should.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that'd be neat.
Yeah.
Um, I'll do it on a Google Doc. That way, like it's easy to edit and add comments. I'll send you the link when I get it started. I'll have to write that. I have that in my head though. I have a certain way of. Do you already have a vision for how you want it to go?
How I wanted to go.
Yeah,
Like, what do you mean?
like
Like,
the scene, how many characters and stuff like that.
nah, not yet.
Oh, so you're not even sure if you want to do horror then? Exactly.
If I want to do what?
Horror.
Horror?
Yeah.
No, I just know I want to do horror, but I don't know. Like, I still feel like I have to like watch more horror to like take like a clear vision of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Like, you can never go wrong with just filling your head with like inspiration. I don't think anyways. Like
Yeah,
it's always good to watch those that have achieved what you want, so you can have a better picture of like what how you're gonna get to it yourself.
yeah.
Dang. All right. No, I want that epic. It's not even drama, man. I just want that epic vibe to like an everyday thing, you know. Like the have you ever heard the expression like the smell of adventure?
Smell the what?
The smell of adventure.
Nah.
Well, it's an expression like whenever something like hype or something pretty cool is coming up, you're like you smell that, you know, smells like adventure. Uh, Basically, it's like how something as small as scent can inspire like the feeling of something much bigger, uh, either ahead or behind you. Doesn't matter.
Mm.
That's what I want. That's what I want to capture on camera with dialogue during a job interview, right? Specific. See,
Okay.
I freaking. That's probably because I admire that actor so much. What's his name? I can't believe I forgot his name. And he's the actor that plays David Spader, the actor that plays Robert California.
Mm.
The I don't know if you noticed, but the way he talks, it's like a very deep voice. He pauses at all the right moments. He is not afraid to have like awkward silences. Like I think there was a scene where I think it was Andy. He was talking to someone, and Robert was sitting in the office, like inside Andy's office, but he wasn't saying anything. He was doing something on his phone, and Andy was like, I would say or do something, but I don't want to embarrass Robert. And Robert's
Mm.
like, I never get embarrassed. Go ahead. Like, so he says it so casually that you believe it. It's like, yeah, no, he never. You're not gonna embarrass him. He's there for the entertainment. Hmm, that's the life. Wonder what everyone else is up to.
Have Chris. Have Chris be acting. You think he will act in it?
I think so. Although
Yeah.
he's last time I talked to him, though, he seems to be like extremely busy.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Yeah, like apparently his schedule is booked except some Saturdays, maybe, maybe.
Mm.
Like so, you know, well, whenever that clears up, I think he would though if he had more free time for sure. So you're gonna. That's also another thing when you gotta work around everyone's schedule, just like Marvel Studios or
Yeah.
DC. You gotta shoot in between everyone else's other movies. You're getting big names. Get everyone in there. You know, because real life drama, I heard it translates well onto film. You know, like
Mm.
people that don't like each other in real life, when they're acting, it just helps them. Like if their characters don't like each other either in the script, then it
Mm.
just it helps a lot. So I'm just saying. So keep that in mind when you're casting. Like who do you want and why do you want them to interact with that other person? I think yeah, that could actually work to your advantage quite a bit. Create some awkward moments that you know that are appropriate to the script if you want that if you
Mm.
want to do that. Anyways, you were saying though you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
You
Right. Then I'm gonna go to.
try.
It's that time, Michael.
Yeah, man, you gotta go to La Cinco. So I'll see you
So take
there.
my pill. Try to sleep.
um, do you ever consider taking like a sleeping pill, or you're just nah, never?
I want to drink like a tea.
I used to take some tea to sleep. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like, but my dad like drank it all, so
Mm.
so he like I mean he buys more, but like ever since that I'm just like like I tried like but I don't know. Right now I just go to sleep listening to creepy pastas. You should try that too.
Creepypasta?
Yeah, like
Actually, that did help one time. I don't know why. I got like really sleepy reading
right.
a short like horror story
Yeah,
on
like
Reddit.
yeah. Was it No Sleep?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my romantic getaway didn't go as planned.
interesting. I've never heard of that one, but it sounds interesting.
I was reading that, and then I don't know why I just got like really sleepy.
Yeah, like they're not boring, but they do
Yeah,
make you sleepy for some reason, which is
yeah,
nice. Like I don't mind being entertained as it makes me sleepy. So
yeah,
just saying, you could try that. It works
yeah.
for me. Anywho, this has been Brian Pino. Okay, is Ray is your middle name or your last name?
That's my last name.
Okay, Brian Pino Ray is
Yeah,
the yin to the yang.
Reyes is a middle name. That's
Hey, stranger things have happened. Ah.